Wants or wishes. Needs, man, that's a mission. I had a salesman who was grinding down the last few days of the month and he didn't have his needs met. And when I walked up to him and talked to him, he was kind of frantic about it. He's like, Marsh, you don't understand, man. I need to make X amount because I've got to be able to pay my rent. I've got to be able to pay my car. I've got to have a little bit of money left over to eat. So I said, well, if that's what you need to do, then you need to go do it. And you know what? He did it. He got to the end of the month. He actually exceeded what he needed to make. But then there's a new month. New month started and he no longer had that need mindset. He had a want mindset. And that want mindset is exactly what he was doing. He wanted to have a good month. But see, he had shifted and now he was relaxed. He was unfocused. He felt like he had a long month ahead of him. And so he was going to get around to it. And it seems like, man, when we have this want mindset, every month we want to do well. But when you have a want mindset, whether it's an income goal, whether it's a weight loss goal, whether it's a savings goal, when you have that want mindset, you tend to think that you have more time. And then you get yourself in these positions where all of a sudden it becomes a crunch time and then you're frantic about it. Dude, you got to stay in a need mindset. Every single day, man, you got to shift into a need mindset. So I want to talk about 5 things that will keep you in that need mindset every single day. Now, here's the thing, man. When you're off, be off. When you're enjoying time with others and you've put in the work, there is time to sit back and relax. But the problem is sometimes, man, we give up our days off. Sometimes we double up. And the reason being is because you're not working when you're there. You're not prioritizing when you're there. You're not needy when you're there. Dude, you got to be needy. You got to walk around needy. One thing that'll keep you in the need mindset, when you know your X, then you know your Y. When you know what you need to make, when you know the weight loss goal, the weigh in that you need to be at, the savings that you need to be at, the money that you want to put aside, when you know your X, then you know every single day what your Y is. Your why, W-H-Y. Why is it I'm getting up every single day and grinding? See, keeping that need mindset means that you have a specific number that you got to hit. So this is why I get up every single day. This is why I get up early in the morning. This is why I stay up a little bit later. This is why I work the hell out of the leads. This is why I'm doing it. See, think about it like this. If I took $1,000 and I pinned it to the back of the wall and said, Marsh, all you got to do is walk from the front of the room to the back of the room. Do not take your eyes off that $1,000. And if you keep your eyes on that $1,000, you can have it. You can unpin it off that wall. What are you going to do? Dude, you're going to walk to the back of that wall. And even if some other people sit there and they jump up and they try to push you out of the way, do not take your eyes off that $1,000. Because the minute I break that focus, I lose the prize. Same thing, man. So you've got to pick that point in your month. Pick that weigh in, pick that savings, pick that the income goal. You've got to pick that point as if it's in the back of the room. And so no matter what jumps up, it doesn't knock you off track. When you have a need mindset, you drown out the noise. See, the want mindset is where you participate in the noise. It's where you participate in the BS. It's where you actually instigate some of the things because you're unfocused, because you're sitting there participating in all these other things except that goal. See, when you have a need mindset, you don't hear anything, right? It's almost as if you get tunnel vision, almost as if you drown out everything else. You don't hear all that other stuff. See, you keep that need mindset. I don't have time for the BS. I don't have time for the idle chatter. I don't have time for talking about sports. Not right now. I got a need mindset. I got to pick that point and I got to go and I don't hear anything other than what's related to that goal. Number 3, when you have that need mindset, causes you to have and find that extra gear. So you have extra gears, man, but you don't even use them. You don't even know that you have them, because finding those extra gears initially, man, that's where those are hard. That's where you're mentally fatigued. That's where you're physically fatigued. But dude, when you have a need mindset, you draw on those reserves, don't you? You dig deep to make sure that you get what it is that you need to get to. Danica Patrick, retired race car driver, said there are times that I've been leading a race and I pull into the pit, something horribly goes wrong, and 1 minute I was leading, the next minute I'm being lapped. And she said that's when people either splatter or they dig in. Most people just splatter. And what I do is I dig in. I start working my way through the pack and I get back to the front of the line again. That's what you got to do, man. You got to find those extra gears. You got to dig in. And when you're being lapped, and 1 minute, instead of sitting around talking about how good you once had it, how well your month was starting, how on fire you were, and now you're not getting, dude, you're getting lapped right now. But the race is not over. Dig in, find that extra gear, and go forward, man. Fourth thing that'll keep you in that need mindset. Need mindsets. The needy, they have temporary memory loss. They don't get hung up on what just happened. They're on to the next thing. See, most people want to retell their story. Why are you retelling your story? Why are you retelling the blow up incidents? If it cannot help you moving forward, if all it does, it digs up negative energy, then don't even talk about it. See, when you have a need mindset, you're on to the next thing. You're on to the next phone call. You're on to the next workout. You're on to the next task at hand. You don't have time for any of that other stuff. Next. The fifth thing that'll keep you in a needy mindset, you're always looking for next. See, most people, when they, and this is the next gear for your need mindset. Most people, when they need to get to something, they only look at it in 30-day increments. They only look at it in a week increment. They only look at it for this month. A true need pro, a needy pro is going to do this. You're not only going to play for this month, dude, you're going to play for the quarter, you're going to play for the year, and you're going to play for your life. See, you're always looking for next. So even if you hit the task, man, you're not done. You're not satisfied. It's on to the next thing. See, this is where a lot of salespeople go wrong in income goals, is because they get to the need part and they fulfill that income goal. But what they do is they let up. Even though you got your goal, even though you got what you needed to make for this month, why let up? You got so much momentum built up. You've got a different swag, man. You've got so much confidence. Well, why not capitalize on that? See, that's what people are buying off on. Your customers are buying off on the certainty. They're buying off on the confidence. So when you are rolling like that, man, for God's sakes, actually increase the pace. Don't decrease. Most people sit back a little bit. Most people, when they hit a goal, they let up. They ease up a little bit. Why? This is actually when you need to increase your intensity, because you have worked so hard to work through those laps, and no longer you're leading the race now. No longer are you being lapped. So you don't let up. And so everything that you're doing is actually, even though it's for next month, even though it's for the next quarter, even though it's for the next wave in life, man, what you're doing is you're putting those in the bags and you're storing those things up. And before you know it, man, it's going to get so large, you're not even going to have the containers to hold it. So stay needy, man. Stay needy, because you got to remember, wants or wishes. Needs, man, that's a mission. And you and I, we're on a mission. Have an amazing day. Stay in the sales life.